I didn't grow up rich. In fact, there were months when we had to choose between paying bills or buying groceries. So when I started working and earning just a little over minimum wage, saving money felt impossible, like a joke. I thought saving was for people with high-paying jobs, not someone like me. But here's what changed everything. One night, I checked my bank account and saw I had exactly $12.46. Payday was still 5 days away. I sat there in the dark, holding my phone, and thought, this can't be my life forever. I didn't want to just survive. I wanted peace. I wanted options. I wanted to stop living on the edge. That night, I made a decision, not to suddenly become rich, but to build a plan. Not a complicated one, just one that worked. And over time, I saved $10,000 on a low income. No magic, no lottery, just strategy. The first thing I did was brutally honest. I tracked every single thing I spent for 1 week. I mean, everything. That $2 coffee? Wrote it down. Bus fare? Wrote it. Candy bar? Yep. And by the end of that week, I had a shocking realization. I was wasting about $150 a month without noticing. That's $1,800 a year, almost 20% of my income, gone. Not because I was buying yachts, just because I wasn't paying attention. So I made a rule. Every dollar must have a job. That means no more extra cash just lying around. Every paycheck, I split up. Bills, food, savings, fun, and a small buffer. Even if I could only save $20, I saved it. Even if it felt tiny, I saved it. Because I wasn't building a fortune, I was building a habit. And that habit, it's the reason I made it past $10,000. But that's just the beginning. So here's how I actually structured my budget, step by step. Remember, I wasn't making 6 figures. I was earning around $1,500 a month after taxes. Not much, but I made it work. The first thing I did was set a fixed amount for the essentials: rent, groceries, transport. That part came to around $1,000. That left me with $500. And instead of letting that money float, I gave every dollar a job. I created 5 simple buckets. Bucket 1, savings. No matter what, I put something in there, even if it was just $10. Bucket 2, emergency fund. Because life throws curveballs, car repairs, broken phone, sudden dentist trip. I aimed for $50 a month here. Bucket 3, fun money. Yes, fun money. I gave myself permission to spend around $60 guilt-free. Coffee, movies, treats. Because a budget you hate is a budget you quit. Bucket 4, future goals. I wanted to travel, maybe start a side hustle. I put $50 to $100 a month here, depending on the month. Bucket 5, flex buffer. Around $50 stayed unassigned for anything random or unexpected. The key wasn't perfection, it was direction. I didn't always hit the same numbers. Some months were messy, but I kept showing up. That's what matters. Now, here's a trick that helped a lot. I used 2 bank accounts, one for spending, one for saving. As soon as my paycheck hit, I moved my savings money immediately. Out of sight, out of mind, no temptation. I also renamed my savings account to something like Do Not Touch, Freedom Fund. Sounds silly, but it worked. Every time I looked at it, I remembered why I was doing this. And another trick? Cash envelopes. I took out cash for fun spending and groceries, so I had a physical limit. When the envelope was empty, I stopped. Simple as that. No overdraft, no oops, just done. That helped me control impulse spending more than any app ever could. Oh, and speaking of apps, I didn't use anything fancy, just notes on my phone and a free Google Sheet. The simpler, the better. The more complicated it is, the faster you'll quit. In the next part, I'll show you the biggest mindset shifts I had to make to stick with this, especially when I wanted to give up or when things got tight. Because saving money is only 20% math. The other 80%, it's emotional. Let's talk about the real part no one tells you. Saving money is not just about cutting coffee or making budgets. It's about how you think, how you feel, and what you believe about yourself. I used to think saving was for disciplined people, people who never ordered takeout, people who didn't grow up poor. But that's a lie. The truth is, saving money isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional, and I had to teach myself that. Because here's what really happened. Some months I failed. I dipped into my savings. I overspent. I made excuses. There were nights I stared at my budget and thought, what's the point? I'm never going to get out of this. But I kept going. I reminded myself that saving $10 is still progress. That skipping one impulse buy still mattered. That quitting entirely wouldn't help, but showing up again would. The biggest shift happened when I stopped calling it saving and started calling it buying my freedom, because that's what it was. Every dollar I saved gave me more space to breathe, more control, more power to say no to toxic jobs or overpriced rent or bad situations. I wasn't just stacking money. I was building a safety net, a runway, a way out. That mindset changed everything. I stopped focusing on how far I had to go and started focusing on the tiny wins. $5 saved? Win. Cooking instead of ordering in? Win. Saying no to the just one drink night out? Win. It added up. Slowly, quietly, but it added up. And one day I checked my account and saw the number, $10,212. I stared at it in disbelief. Me, the girl who couldn't keep $50 in her account 3 years ago. I had done it. Not through luck, not through crazy side hustles, but through consistent, boring, real choices. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't always fun, but it gave me peace. And with that money, I didn't go buy a new phone or a vacation. I bought breathing room. I paid off some debt. I fixed my car. I felt safe. So if you're watching this thinking, I don't make enough, or it's too late, or I'm bad with money, let me say this. I thought all of that too, but I started anyway, and so can you. You don't need to save $10,000 tomorrow. Start with $10 this week. Build the habit. Track your wins. Create your freedom fund. You're not just saving money, you're changing your future. And that, my friend, is priceless.